I started off my trip to Australia as a solo traveller. I wanted to experience it on my own before I meet some friends from home. The thought of walking into a hostel jet-lagged and trying to make friends while adjusting to life here seemed daunting. I booked onto a tour with Welcome to Travel and I had the best first week I could have hoped for. Not only did they make my life easier by setting up my tax file number and booking my East Coast road trip, we had a tour of the city and went to surf camp. Morning from the hostel room. First night wasn't too bad. Got a free room because they're all in the shower right now. So making the most of that. I'm on the top bunk. This is our room. I'm in a room with a girl from the tour and 2 boys. But today is the city walking tour and admin setup. So we get like our bank account and new phone number. Got a spinach and cheese toastie from Sidebar, and we meet the rest of the group to start our tour in 45 minutes. I got a flat white as well. Sat here with Faye. We met in the basement of the hostel and met our tour guide Alex. He later took us on a tour of the city where we saw the Opera House, we visited the oldest building in the city, and we wandered around the cute streets like George Street. Not all food on the tour was included, so for lunch we went to a nearby food court. Later that night, we all had a welcome meal at a place called the Australian Hotel with a free alcoholic or soft drink and options like pizza. We did a lot of walking that day, so we were pretty tired by the end, but some people stayed out and went to an Irish pub.
Really good.
Hi guys, so what's my next line? On day 2 we had another tour, this time an Aboriginal culture tour. We made our way to a place called Barangaroo and met our tour guide for the next 2 hours. We were shown how the Aboriginals make fire and we were introduced to some of their beliefs.
He realised that one of the only ways we were going to survive after English people had come.
Thank you very much.
Fingers then. Yeah! Just crash it in your finger. It's going to feel very if you have to. What do you like? Just.
Yeah? That's going on the highlight reel at the start of the video. Can't smell anything.
What's that?
Yeah, what's wrong? Can't smell anything.
Oh yeah, these like break it up.
But yeah, you can rub that onto your body and
We are just on our Aboriginal culture tour, our tour guide. Catching up with the group because we're 3 of us are into our pictures. Me, Martin and Joris. We had some time in the afternoon to pack for surf camp as we were leaving early the next day. The day didn't end there though. We went on a cocktail making class. I've never done one before, but I can be quite fussy with what I eat and drink.
No whiskey.
she'll drink it anyway. She'll drink it anyway.
The bartender was really accommodating because I didn't like margaritas, so he made me a special cocktail which was delicious.
Alright, so margarita. Anybody know what the ingredients are in a margarita? Oh, tequila, yeah. Lime juice, yeah. And the final one? Orange liqueur, yeah. So we're going to use Cointreau. Could use Curacao, but I think the original recipe is Cointreau. So first, you want to get everything ready. It's kind of like when you cook food. You want to get everything ready before you start shaking, before you start getting your ice involved. Because when the ice is involved, it's going to start diluting your drink, and you want it to be as cold as possible the less diluted is better as well. So we're going to start doing the garnish on our glass. Anyone know what the garnish is? Yeah, salt rim. There you go. So we're going to salt our glasses. We're going to do 30 mils of lime juice. So jiggers, it's illegal to free pour in Australia. I know in America and stuff they love free pouring, but it is legal to free pour. So we also use jiggers because balancing your cocktails is really important. I know it's a lot of fun to like put 5 shots of tequila in your drink, but it's going to taste horrible. So pour your lime to the top, like right to the brim. Next up is going to be your orange liqueur. Contro, we're going to do 15 mils. And finally, our tequila. We use Cazadores at this bar. Obviously, if you can afford better tequila, or like nicer tequila, it's going to taste better. This one's pretty good though. You just want to make sure there's 100% blue agave, because the ones that aren't 100% blue agave, they're the ones that give you headaches in the morning. This one doesn't. Well, it might, but. So 45 mils of this. Final step is going to be shaking. So, grab the scoop, and you want to fill your tin, your small tin with ice, the cubed ice. So fill it to the top.
We all got a chance to make one cocktail and drink 2 cocktails. Most of us managed to make them with the shaker without hitting our head, but some of us, like Emil, managed to get a big fat lump on his head from hitting himself with a shaker.
Ooh, look at that phone!
Dinner on the second day was also included, so we went to Spice Alley. We had a room booked out for our whole tour group and I got some noodles. Day 3 was the most exciting part of the tour. We were leaving the city to go 120 miles south of Sydney to the Jervis Bay area. Day 3 of the Welcome to Travel tour. Today we're leaving the hostel, checking out and going to surf camp. And on the way we're going to a national park to see some waterfalls, and then we'll do a bit of surfing in the afternoon or / evening. So looking forward to surfing for the first time. Wonder what the room sitch will be. We've been quite lucky so far in this room. Got like a 4-person room and it's quite spacious, but it is very hot.
To a place called National Falls, where we're going to go and chase some waterfalls.
We were supposed to go to the waterfalls in the national park, but there was unfortunately a road closure, so Alex thought on his feet and instead we stopped off at Sublime Point Lookout. We've just made our first stop. Unfortunately we couldn't go to the stop we'd planned because there were loads of road closures for a cycle race. So we're just here at Sublime Point on our way to Jervis Bay. Really, really, really nice views. Matches my top. Got the music on, the tunes on the bus. Cheryl Cole, Sugar Babes, all that. Yeah, we checked out of our hostel for the night because we're staying at surf camp, and then we're checking back into the hostel when we get back. So we've left our suitcases at the Welcome to Travel office, and I actually met Rebecca Ellie and gave her a hug. That was nice to meet her. I was like, obviously I watch your vlogs and obviously I came out to Australia because I saw all your videos, and she was lovely. Only one in the office on a Sunday, and yeah, so then we packed a small bag and we came out in the car, out in the van. Everyone seems to be walking over this way, so I'm gonna see Wagwan. can't have any pictures with it because I cannot see, because I have no sunglasses and no hat. Although Martin said he'd borrow me a hat. Back on the road we go. Another stop we made was the town Kiama, which is famous for its blowhole. The sea was a bit flat, so it wasn't as epic as it usually is, but we didn't mind because shortly after we arrived in surf camp. The surf vibes hit as soon as you walk in that place. It's the most laid-back place I've been and reminded me of island life in the Philippines. Breakfast, lunch and dinner was included and provided by the volunteers at surf camp. They offered us tuna and hummus wraps for lunch, and dinner was vegetarian pasta bake and burgers or veggie burgers. Got our wetsuits on before dinner and had a 2-hour surf lesson.
Just bring your beer.
Nearly water damaged my camera, but I got some good pictures of some of the guys surfing, some who were successful in their attempts. I'm a bit of a pussy, I'm scared of everything, but I did get in the water, had fun. Looks like they're all coming in now, so we've been in the water probably for about 2 hours. Tonight we're having a bonfire on the beach. The place we're staying is so cute. For me, I think I'd rather be taking pictures than surfing in the sea, but I will potentially have another lesson in the future to give it another go. I'm not the best at water sports, but I got in the wetsuit, gave it a try. It was so chilled here that nobody really got ready. We just ate our dinner and then grabbed a drink and went to explore the area. We ended up finding a play park where we bounced, did roly-polies and played basketball, because Martin on our tour was pretty obsessed with basketball. I felt like a little kid again, so it was super fun. By the time we got back, it was nearly time for our bonfire. You're not really allowed to have them on the beach or you get a fine, but later that night we went to the beach and someone had already made a fire on the beach. So we had not one but two bonfires. We ended up crashing a couple's date night, but I was glad I stayed up because I saw a halo around the moon and witnessed Martin find this 10-foot long log for us to sit on. Oh my god! Oh my god!
It's very long.
That's what she said.
Oh my god. After surf camp today, we showered and didn't really get ready or do anything. I let my hair dry naturally.
Yeah,
I look so fucking weird, this is not me.
Oh, we're
hello.
sitting on this.
And then after surf camp, I look like Jeffrey Dahmer, but the female version. So, after surf camp,
that's what the Junko tree is.
oh my god guys, can you see that ring around the moon?
ADM is the boss legends.
ADM.
Wait, say that again.
Can you see that ring around the moon?
7 a.m.
So we had the Dick Tree present trip.
Yeah. It's called a halo. We had to get up pretty early the next day to make our way onto the dolphin watching boat. We only saw a few dolphins, but the Jervis Bay dock was very scenic. Good morning, we have left surf camp and we're now at Jervis Bay and we're waiting for our boat. We're gonna go see some dolphins. Feeling pretty tired today. I think I didn't get back too late, but we woke up early and we had a nice breakfast at the place we were staying at surf camp. Had an hour's drive down to Jervis Bay from there. So yeah, looking forward to getting out on a boat trip. Ooh, bird. Hi. Hi, bird. Hello. Hello. Hi. Unfortunately, they were understaffed in the cafe where we were supposed to have our free panini, so they were well below par. We had a few hours at the nearby beach with some of the whitest sands in the world. The boys found another group to play football with, so the girls sunbathed and watched them play while we caught a tan. On our journey back, made a stop off and Alex is going to buy us some donuts. Apparently they're famous, and the donut van travelled all around Australia and it settled in this town called Berry, which is where we are now. It's where we've made our stop. After this we're just going to drive home, take them out another 2 hours. So yeah, and that'll be us back at Sydney. We got back on the road and by the time we got back I was feeling pretty rough. I'd had a bit of freshers flu all week, adjusting to hostel life, and so did everybody in my room. So I just had a chilled night. Wow, I don't think I've looked or felt this bad on this trip yet. So just got back from our tour, checked back in, and I'm actually on floor 6. Got a nice view and I was the first one in, so I was able to choose my bed. I've actually decided that I prefer the top bunk over the bottom bunk, so I'm gonna go up here. I think it's a bit nicer than my previous room. You've got like this thing that covers, and we've got a desk and a chair, which I might use to vlog, edit actually. Today I just want to spend the night alone, to be honest, so that's what I'm gonna do. So probably won't vlog anything tonight. So yeah, catch you later. I'm in Spice Alley for the 3rd time and I've come to exactly the same place each time. Nice and easy. I don't even have to think about it. I can't believe I've nearly been here a week, you know? I flew like nearly a week ago today. It's crazy. And all I've eaten is from here and sushi. Our 5th day started off with a work and travel presentation, which provided good inspiration for what we could do with our time here in Oz. Morning. It's technically day 5. So today we have work and travel presentations. So I'm gonna head there in a second, grab myself a quick coffee, and yeah, spend a few hours thinking about what I want to do here in terms of work, which will hopefully be in the future for me. Like, I want to not work for at least 3 months. Priority for me though is to travel, so figuring out my travel plans. But tomorrow we'll get one-on-one support in planning our trips and our careers here. But today it's just for like a bit of inspiration, so looking forward to hearing what Alex has to recommend. After that we're going to Bondi Beach later this afternoon, so I definitely need to get myself some sunglasses and a hat because I keep burning my scalp and my eyes are getting a bit like sore from the UV rays because they're really strong out here. Like, we all burnt on our foreheads and noses a little bit yesterday, even though we had suntan lotion on. So yeah, I'm just gonna head down now. Hopefully I've got time to get a coffee. I keep spending so much on coffee. I think if there's one thing I could cut spending on, it's that, but it's just like a lot easier than going to buy milk and then constructing your own coffee, you know. So yeah, I guess it's a little treat, which I can allow myself for now. I'm not too worried about money. But yeah, I'm just gonna go grab one from the cafe downstairs as usual. So I'll see you guys in a little bit.
Stunning.
Happy hour. We've been recommended to go to this pub that has a pool table, so I'm all for it, but this hill is not the one.
Oh no.
Oh my god. This is Australia. Are you Australian? French? Title of this video shall be, whatever this bar's called, was it worth it?
Was it worth it? Probably not, honestly.
This is KK.
Hi guys!
I keep going to call you Kiki.
Everyone does, it's okay.
Hi. Now you're on YouTube.
Now you're on YouTube.
Yeah.
Hi YouTube.
Having fun at the pub quiz, but there's a lunar eclipse happening. Got some food on the way as well, some sushi, and gonna watch it from Charlie's. Hopefully you can see the view. Go to the beach, so I'm a bit like beach vibe still. Guys, guess who just helped me plan my entire East Coast road trip? Rebecca Ellie. So thanks to Welcome to Travel, as part of the tour we have a one-to-one session with some of their office team, and I was able to get Rebecca's help in planning everything from my accommodation to the recommendations of what tours to do. I've booked some of them, and yeah, I've just got so much planned, so I'll take you through what Becca and I planned for the next month. So I fly to Cairns on Saturday, and from there I'll be spending a week there, and then I will be going from my stay at Gilligan's over to, I can't remember, but I will talk you through it when I see what we've got on my plan. I'm just so excited now. It's probably the best part, because being in Sydney, it's in the city, and the city isn't really where I want it to be, but having planned like the whole East Coast, it means I get to tick off some of my bucket list items. Like, I'm flying over the Barrier Reef on a flight, and I'm seeing this heart-shaped coral reef. I've got so much planned, and I can't wait to show you and share with you where I go. Today is day 6 of the tour. So tomorrow is the very last day and we'll be having a leaving meal with everybody who was on the tour. And today, being the penultimate day, it meant that we had our one-to-ones. So yesterday we had that work and travel presentation, and today I was lucky enough to meet with Rebecca Ellie, who completely helped me plan all of my East Coast road trip. So I got the Greyhound bus for, actually I paid for 6 months, hang on. So I paid for the Greyhound bus for 60 days rather than 30. My East Coast trip will be 30 days, but I wanted the flexibility of, when I get back, being able to jump on the Greyhound bus down to Melbourne, and also joining David for some of his East Coast trip. So I think it makes sense to do a 60-day Greyhound pass. So that's how I'll be travelling. So when I fly up to Cairns on Saturday, it's Wednesday today, so in a few days I will be heading to Cairns. I'll be spending a week there, and then I will be going down the East Coast. We've got some free time this afternoon. I have signed up for a free gym pass at the Bunker, which is about a 10-minute walk from Wake Up Hostel. So I'm just gonna get ready and hopefully they'll give me a little tour, and I will train back today. I had a Quest bar for lunch, and for breakfast I had banana bread. So I'm not cooking here at the moment, but when I get to Gilligan's, there's actually a kitchen on every floor, whereas in Wake Up Hostel there's only one kitchen for 7 floors, which is a bit hectic. So I haven't cooked at all here. I'm treating this like a bit of a holiday, and I'm eating out like for breakfast, lunch and dinner. So I have probably spent more than I will spend on food for the rest of the trip. It hasn't been too extortionate. It's felt like London prices to me. I'm used to London prices. When I get back from the gym, I've got to get ready because downstairs in the hostel there's a wine and cheese night. We are meant to be doing a bar crawl, but apparently we're only going to sidebar, so we get a free drink or 2 there. Tomorrow I have to check out at about 10 AM and I haven't booked any extra nights, so I'm having to stay at Charlie's tomorrow. So at least I get a bit more time with Charlie. Tomorrow will actually be our leaving meal before everybody heads off and does their own thing. I may or may not be hungover tomorrow. I haven't really been hungover on this trip. I've just been ill. My ulcer's been getting me down a little bit. But no, mostly I've been okay, and I've been sleeping well here actually, because everybody in my room, we've all had an early night. I'm gonna go to Charlie's, and hopefully before I leave we will both get to wake up for the sunrise. So the sunrise always happens at Bondi Beach, and so I'm gonna head there with Charlie, wake up really early and watch the sunrise. Should be quite nice. And then Friday I'll probably have an early night because Saturday morning is when I take my flight. So yeah, the tour's been really good. It's been a great way to meet people. Like if I didn't have the tour booked, then I don't know what I would have done, who I would have been with, because this hostel is full of tour groups, and I feel like people like kind of like smile and speak in the lift and stuff, but we don't necessarily get invited. Like I haven't been interacting with people outside of my group much. So yeah, it's been good to have everybody here to like chat to and integrate and sort of like adjust to Sydney with. I think the highlight of the trip for me and the tour was probably surf camp. Aside from obviously planning my East Coast trip with Rebecca Ellie, my favourite part was probably learning to surf. I wasn't successful, but it's definitely something I enjoy, so I'm looking to do a surf lesson. I've booked one in Noosa, and then I'm going to do a one-to-one in Byron Bay, so that should be really good. And apparently in Noosa you don't really need to worry about like jellyfish and things like that, so it should be a good place to surf. Yeah, surf camp was like amazing. I'd love to go back and do it for some extra nights, but it depends if I've got a group to go with, or if like Jamie and David or the other people I know or the people I meet, it depends if they want to go and do it. So it was definitely really fun, but the journey back was quite long. It was only 3 hours, but it just felt like a struggle. So yeah, really enjoyed this Welcome to Travel tour. Alex, our tour guide, has been amazing. He's been really knowledgeable, was able to tell us loads about the places we visited. He was also very inclusive, so he'd always, you know, like, he created a great atmosphere in the group and made us feel like a bit of a team. And I think he did a really, really great job, especially because it was his 4th tour that he's actually done. I thought he'd been doing this for years, but turns out he's only been out here for 6 months. So yeah, I think like Welcome to Travel often hire like backpackers, so surprisingly not everybody there has been living in Australia for that long. So it's nice to have that peace of mind and the reassurance that I'm doing the best parts of the East Coast. And yeah, I've had to do minimal for myself, because Rebecca even booked my Greyhound bus stops for me, so everything's mostly sorted. For me, it was a good choice, and I mean, I had the money. It was £575, and to be honest, I think like with the accommodation itself being, and I think it added up to £175, I do think it was worth it. And with the people I met and like the things that we've done, I think they were quite like unique experiences. And like we had food and drink included within that as well. So I'll have a think of some improvements, because we have to fill in a feedback form tomorrow. It pinches my nostrils. Picnic in the park. Having a picnic in the park.
Oh yeah.
The final day was just a barbecue in the park, cooked by the tour guide, Alex. We chilled there for a bit and then said our goodbyes to Alex. It was actually the last time I saw a lot of people on the tour, but I wanted to say that for any of you who are watching this, thanks to each and every one of you for making it a special trip. I hope you all have safe travels and work experiences here in Oz, and really hope to meet back up with you when I'm in Sydney or on the road travelling.